We're in Vail, Colorado. I'm enjoying some early season skiing, and you're going to meet some of the most unusual and diverse people that you've ever seen on skis. Coming up, a star from the National Football League who has refused to quit, who turned disaster into a new way of life on skis. And a world champion, but not in skiing. Whatever she does, she only knows one word: speed. Also, from the finesse of a few years ago to brute strength today, the sport of alpine ski racing will never be the same. All of this and more coming up today on Toyota Ski World.
Join Bob Beattie as he travels the world of skiing each week on ESPN. From the top resorts in the U.S. to the best in Europe, it's skiing's television magazine show.
Football can sometimes be a dangerous sport, but not as bad as this guard suffered 3 years ago, and he nearly died. After months of rehabilitation, he took up a new sport. He drives weekly from Denver to Vail. He's a popular member of this resort skiing community. He's this week's Toyota skier. Hello, everybody. I'm Bob Beattie, and welcome to Toyota Ski World. Today, we're in Vail, Colorado, and I'm on the lift with a former star, 1991, for the Detroit Lions. And Mike Utley, paralyzed and hasn't slowed you down a bit. You're out here skiing.
Well, most definitely. Vail gives me an opportunity to go play again. I think that's an opportunity that people shouldn't let pass by. You know, you get out there, you make something happen for yourself and other people. And that's what it's all about, living life. An injury happened to me, but it doesn't mean life's over.
Mike, after you had that accident, what did you think? Did you think you were ever going to do anything again?
Well, actually, when the doctor told me I'd never walk again, I told him, get the heck out of my room. Not so many words, though. But, hey, it's one of those things that you can't tell me or anybody else you can't do something. Hey, if you can't do it right, maybe you can't do it right now, but maybe with a few adaptations like this, bike ski I'm in there, we're trying to get a monoski built for me for my weight. You go out living life. I go out and shoot my guns again. I go out there and ham it up with my brothers, my buddies. We're going out and making something happen on a ski slope. So basically, I've never had a problem with that thinking life's over. I just knew that it's up to me. If I'm going to do something, it's going to be up to me.
They tell me that you like the tough runs.
Well, I actually like speed. I can do without the bunny bumps, but the moguls. But outside that, it's one of those things that anything I can get exhilaration, excitement out of, live life again. When I played ball, I was so excited to play. Just the opportunity to give my best compared to someone else. That's all I wanted. And now that's what I'm doing here.
And you have your own celebrity event coming up this winter right here in Vail.
Yeah, Vail is given an opportunity to raise money for number one for the Mike Utley Foundation for spinal cord research, but also get people out here, celebrities out, and skiing. February 4th, we're going to go out there and get as many people we can out here, give them an opportunity to ski.
Mike, we're really proud of you. It's great to see you here in Vail, and, keep it up.
Oh, I got to. Life one day at a time.
Oh, that's great. Coming up, whether it's on mountain bikes or skiing, or even in conversation, you try and keep up with her. I dare you. Stay with us.
ESPN's Toyota Ski World is being brought to you by Toyota and their full line of quality cars and trucks. Toyota, I love what you do for me. By Visa, it's everywhere you want to be. And by Sprint, the official telecommunication sponsor of the U.S. ski team.
Can you hear it? It's the 16th annual Toyota-thon. Time to celebrate the best all-star lineup of new Toyotas ever. Like the new flagship, Avalon, starting at only $22,758. Or the new Toyota T100 Extra Cab. Big room, big power. Check out the all-new Tercel, starting under $10,000. And here comes the redesigned Celica Convertible. So hurry to your Toyota dealer now during the 16th annual Toyota-thon. New year, new cars, great deals.
An atomic reaction is simply a mass of atoms times the speed of light squared. Ah! I'm made of atoms! Hey, look, no lift lines.
Oh, it's so cute.
Excuse me, could you take a picture of us with photo over there?
If you take off to the Italian town of Todi, but your camera just takes off.
Where'd they go?
You better have Visa Gold, because there's not a camera store there that takes American Express.
There's a great shot.
Visa Gold, it's everywhere you want to be.
With a vertical drop of over 85,000 feet, Olympus Mons up on Mars is the largest mountain in the solar system. Are we there yet?
Our goal, excellence. Our passion, skiing. At Marker, making a good binding is never enough. We're creating better technology to improve the safety and performance of all skiers. Our new and advanced full-spectrum twin-cam collection, featuring full-spectrum vertical release, represents the highest standard in binding technology today. No other binding can match our performance. Marker, technology that makes a difference.
Welcome back to Toyota Ski World. What a beautiful day it is here in Vail, Colorado. And guess who I found here on the mountain? Missy Giove, who has won here in the summertime in the World Mountain Biking Championship in the downhill event. Missy, a lot of people know how great you are in mountain biking, but you're a good skier too.
I used to try to be anyway, yeah. I've been snowboarding a lot lately, but I'll be back on skis for a while. It's fun. I'll crash a couple times for you, I'm sure. I'm just kidding. No, I'm just upright. I just like to go real fast. I was kind of like a wild, on-the-edge style. My technique wasn't ever one to be, like, admired. It was more like, look at her not put the brakes on, you know.
Now, tell us about your racing as a downhiller.
I was obviously had this like addiction for speed, so I wanted to get into speed events. I love Super G downhill. Like downhill was my thing. I just like the straighter the better. If I had to turn, it wasn't that good. I would, oh, whoops, there goes a gate. So it was like if the course was really straight, I would do really well. And if it wasn't too flat, because I'm kind of light for downhill ski racer. So yeah, as long as I had some big steeps to it and it was really straight and fast, I was in there.
You grew up in New York City, not exactly where they have a lot of ski resorts.
No,
So what happened? How'd you get into skiing?
My grandparents lived up in Vermont, and my parents were like, go to Vermont. So I went up to Vermont and stayed with my grandparents for a while. And it was a good focus for me, you know, having like something athletic, something I had to go and train at every day and get the technical and the mental edge that I needed to like go into biking with.
What made you switch to mountain biking?
God, it's just, you're more out of control. You know, I think on skis you have more control. And on a bike, you're like more out of control. You know, I'll leave it up to Peekaboo Street to be the haunch downhill racer. I could never have, I don't think, gotten to that level. And downhilling, mountain bike racing is like my thing for sure. I like that. I like the biking thing, you know. Arms and legs are moving, everything's going on.
When you grew up in New York City, you used to deliver what, Chinese food?
Little Mugu Gai Pan.
And what did you do on bikes?
Fried wonton lady. Yeah, I was a cab dodger.
Cab dodger?
I had this big basket. Every time a cab passed me, they were like, not hit me, but hit the basket. And I would be all onto curbs. And so it like taught me some technical skills, that's for sure.
You know, people who know you very well say, you know, she's really nice, but she's a little bit crazy. Are you a little crazy?
I would say eccentric. Yeah, I can be crazy. I can be very, very, very tame, though, too.
You know, let's take a run, see how we can do. Don't go too fast for me.
Come on, Bob. Hurry up.
Okay.
Be shredding, Bob.
One thing is for sure, Missy and I will never be able to keep in sync as a team like the people coming up. Carolyn Heldman reports.
Synchronized skiing. Ever tried it? Probably didn't look quite like this or this. But not to worry. To ski with synchronicity and rhythm takes practice, lots, and teamwork.
It's a challenge. It's not just out there making any old turn. You're making everybody else's turn.
You're not just a bunch of individuals out there. You have to be a team, or it doesn't work. Yes, you have to move like one entity, one being.
14 teams made up of ski and snowboard instructors from around the world met in Vail, Colorado to test their precision and skills in the 7th annual World Synchronized Skiing Championship, and hopefully showing the world they're worthy of becoming the next Olympic sport.
So exciting and so fun to watch, and so innovative and so creative what these people are doing that it's a natural to go to the Olympics.
Subjective judging, just like bump skiing, things like that, but it's a crowd pleaser. It's something that the crowd can really take hold of and feel a part of.
And just like every other Olympic hopeful, learning the lingo of the sport is essential. Our own Harvey twins, skiing as 2 of the 8 team members from Aspen, have become fluent.
I want to know the pace that you're working at.
So basically, the only change there is that we swoop the pop count instead of pitching and
out of the hit.
Same case.
Okay. I know we'll get this right eventually.
Whenever you guys are ready, your music's playing.
judging, we basically have 4 criteria. We have skiing quality, we have synchronicity and precision, and that's just basically the team staying together. We have difficulty, and that's the flow and the change-ups and going from short into long and staying in vertical lines. And I mean, that's really the difficult part to judge because it is somewhat subjective. The last thing we really look at is just an overall impression. Is it exciting? Is it fun to watch? Is it beautiful?
After 2 days of exciting competition, it was Vail 99 taking the title of the world's most precise skiers.
Lots of hours went into getting ready for their competition, and the same is true for this daredevil. It could have been football, but he chose downhill ski racing.
Norman Robertson's son thinks he's a vampire.
I'm sorry my son bit your neck and tried to suck your blood.
His wife thinks she's Julia Child.
All they eat is donuts.
Oh, I can make donuts.
But for the cops staking out the criminal next door,
our neighbor,
their biggest problem,
freeze, I said spread them,
is Norman.
Breaker, breaker, this is Man from Uncle.
Who thinks he's a cop. Chevy Chase, Jack Palance.
He's an idiot.
Cops and Robertsons, rated PG. From Walt Disney Pictures, in the heart of an untamed frontier,
Wait, bang!
one man will stand his ground.
I don't know what you want with these people. I know it ain't right.
One woman will follow her spirit.
we stay together.
Now they'll share an adventure that will take them into a world of danger.
White Wolf!
And into each other's hearts.
We belong only to each other.
White Fang 2, Myth of the White Wolf, rated PG.
Tuesday, Texas Tech plays Temple and LSU takes on Oklahoma State, only on ESPN.
Welcome back to Toyota Ski World. We're in Vail, Colorado, where Chad Fleischer lives. He's been racing on the World Cup circuit and has taken some tough falls. If he can survive those at 80 to 90 miles an hour, he has the guts and the ability to race for the Olympic gold. He's the subject of this week's Visa Presents the U.S. Ski Team. What do you think drove you into the downhill event?
I remember watching Bill Johnson win the gold, and that's what I wanted to do. I mean, I wanted to be a downhiller. And then my first year in Ski Club Vail, they didn't think I was a good enough skier to be a downhiller. So it kind of drove me extra hard, like to want to be a downhiller, because I wasn't safe enough. They said I couldn't ski well enough to do it. So I decided right then and there that downhill was where I wanted to go. I think it's kind of the glamour sport of skiing. You know, it's like big wave surfing. And everyone's just, that's the first question people ask you on the airplane. Like, so do you do downhill? And you're like, yeah. And they just, you know, they're so fired up about it. You know, that they ask you how fast you go, how much air you catch. And that's probably the best part about it, the speed. I compare it to race car driving. It's just memorizing the track, knowing what gear you can be in at what turn, and putting it all together, you know, and going all out. This year, I finally feel like I have the experience and the miles from all the different courses that I can start to piece it together and really start to gain speed. Now that I have so much going for me, I don't get to go out anymore and, you know, do the backflips and the 720s and the 1080s and just try these 60, 80-foot cliffs that we used to do when we were younger. But free skiing is still fun when you get to do it. Now it's like a treat.
Another year of charging down mountains, going as fast as you can go. I mean, are you ready for it?
Yeah, definitely. I'm feeling stronger than I've ever been, skiing better than I've ever been. So yeah, definitely ready for the season.
Chad Fleischer has the ability and the strength to be an outstanding downhiller. And I've spent a lot of my life standing in start houses like this one, and here with the town of Vail right in the background, you have to wonder about a ski racer, what they have to go through, the loneliness of going down a mountain all by themselves. A lot of pals cheering them at the top, but when you're on that race course, you're all by yourself. Let's go right now to Sprint's competition update. How well I remember what it was like in the 60s when as coach of the U.S. ski team, racers went around the gates. In fact, many of those gates were like saplings. Racers like Billy Kidd and Jimmy Hugo won the first U.S. Olympic medals for men in the Innsbruck Austrian Games in 1964, a silver and a bronze. They were smaller than most of today's World Cup ski racers, and their success depended on quickness and perfect timing. Even the great Ingemar Stenmark from Sweden had the delicate touch, which brought in the all-time World Cup record of over 80 victories. But then things changed. On came Alberto Tomba from Italy. He stunned the ski racing world with his great success. It seemed as though he blasted through one gate after the other. Anything that stood in his way. And he weighed over 200 pounds and had the strength to do it. Of course, being a great athlete didn't hurt either. But what allowed him to attack those courses and get away with it? First, let's take a look at the gates. Instead of solid saplings, they were what we called hinge gates, which bent right on the snow level, and they bounced right back up. But advanced equipment might be the real key. Boots became solid, and they were made of plastic. Plastic allowed the strength that the modern-day racer enjoys, particularly as they become more sophisticated each season. In addition, tremendous advances have been made in the structure of the skis. Instead of the old wooden and early metal models, today's are so advanced I often wonder how Tomba would have been trying to race on the models used by Hugo and Kidd. Of course, those advances have changed ski racing conditioning also. Gold medalist Tommy Moe spends as much time in the weight room as he does doing old agility drills. For him, success means power, along with equipment we never even dreamed of in the 60s.
The U.S. ski team has roared to life in Lake Louise, Canada. For the first time in World Cup history, there was a 1-2 finish for the U.S. women in a downhill World Cup. Peekaboo Street of Sun Valley, Idaho won the first of 2 World Cup races held here, and Hillary Lind from Juneau, Alaska finished second. Krista Schmittinger from Lee, Massachusetts turned in her best result ever, finishing 7th. The next day, the second downhill was held, and Hillary Lind won for the second time this winter, following her earlier downhill victory in Vail. Peekaboo finished 9th. The Europeans are shaking their heads. The U.S. women have won all 3 World Cup downhills conducted this season. In the Super G event, Peekaboo Street mounted the podium again in a tie for 3rd. Now, some have said that her many social engagements this summer would affect her racing, and they have. She's racing better than ever. Although there's little snow in Europe, a men's World Cup Super G was held in Tignes, France, and Tommy Moe of Palmer, Alaska finished 2nd. Kyle Rasmussen of Angels Camp, California finished with a solid 9th. In a night slalom held in Sestriere, Italy, Alberto Tomba, who many said was over the hill, picked up his 2nd slalom victory of the young World Cup season. This competition update has been brought to you by Sprint, the official telecommunication provider of the U.S. ski team.
Vail opened in 1962 and now has the après ski to match its spectacular skiing. Sometimes I feel I'm in Europe. We'll see when we come back. Stay with us.
Good morning, class. Today, an amazing interactive Sprint technology called distance learning. Do you know what that means? It means, I saw that, Craig Allen. Thank you. Now a teacher miles away can be there teaching astronomy, aeronautics, Russian, even creative writing, Susan. So, any questions?
Is Sprint using a synchronous transfer mode or direct DS3?
Class dismissed.
Just a whistle stop from Cincinnati. There's a place you can still hear the clickety-clack of the old Wabash Cannonball. Or catch the Golden Arrow to Calais, all in the same room. It's the Garden Railway Company, a favorite destination for train buffs the world over. But if you go, bring your love of the steel wheels and your Visa card. Because at Garden Railway, you can buy the Orient Express. But you can't buy anything with American Express. Visa, it's everywhere you want to be.
Prime Monday. Tomorrow, 7:30, ESPN.
Welcome back to Toyota Ski World. Vail realized early on that if parents were to enjoy their vacation, their children had to enjoy theirs also. Even some of us who think we're older kids wouldn't mind trying this out, if we were allowed. Our Harvey twins haven't forgotten kids either.
Today, Megan and I are here venturing into the land of 2 to 6-year-olds, those kids that learn to ski 10 times faster than their parents.
We're here with Michelle Sue Bright, the mama bear for the Big Burn Bears and Snow Cubs in Snowmass, Colorado.
So, Michelle, what's the youngest these kids come into the program?
The youngest the kids come in the program is 18 months, but they don't actually ski until they're 3 and potty trained.
Now, most people think of this as just a babysitting service, but we understand that the 4 to 6-year-olds actually ski quite a bit.
Yes, the 4 to 6-year-olds ski about 4.5 hours a day.
Wow.
And they ski about 2 hours in the morning and 2.5 in the afternoon. And the 4-year-olds usually get on the chairlift after about 2 days.
So it's good for the parents. It really tires them out, huh?
It does.
So we heard about this magic carpet concept. What's that all about?
It's the greatest thing since sliced bread.
What is it?
It really helps the kids use their energy on skiing rather than climbing up the hill. They are really excited about getting onto the magic carpet and riding it up.
So it's actually like an escalator going up the hill.
It's a conveyor belt on the slope.
It's never too late or too early to start skiing. So kids, get on out there, check into your ski school, and learn to ski. We'll see you next time on Ski World. Ciao.
Well, we can always learn something from the Harvey twins, can't we? A lot of people ask me, what's the skiing like in Europe? I hear the atmosphere is great, but the skiing here in the United States, they say, is even better. Well, we're going to learn a little bit about Europe this winter. We're going to be in Kitzbühel, Austria, and Cortina, Italy, and also in Chamonix, France. But we found that the atmosphere of Europe has also moved right here to Vail. Carolyn Heldman reports.
Nestled here within the heart of the Colorado Rocky Mountains is a ski resort that some say combines the best of all worlds. World-class skiing, world-class amenities, and all the best of old world charm. What started out over 30 years ago as just another majestic mountain on the drive to Aspen is now a little bit of Europe here in the U.S. Intimate, tasteful, and beautiful. It's the European charm of this Bavarian-styled village that provides its international appeal. The Sonnenalp Resort embodies the intimacy and charm of a first-class European hotel. Innkeepers Johannes and Rosanna Fessler are descendants of the original Sonnenalps owners who started their family-owned business in the Bavarian Alps in 1919. When the Fesslers moved here from Bavaria, they brought a lot of their homeland with them. Traditional German dishes like raclette intrigue first-time visitors and keep the regulars coming back for more. From the handcrafted woodwork in the lobby, to the cozy suites with down comforters on the beds, to the heated marble tile floors, the Sonnenalp envelops you in luxury. Stop by the popular Gasthof Gromschammer, where former Olympian Peppy and wife Shaika Gromschammer have brought a taste of authentic Austria and hospitality to their popular restaurant and bar. Peppy's restaurant is renowned not only for its authentic Wiener Schnitzel, but for its atmosphere.
We were singing American pie.
I've heard from everybody who comes here and said, boy, it is like Austria, or it's like Switzerland. Well, it makes us feel good because we are Austrians, and that's what we try to bring, is a little Austria to America.
The European charm and ambiance is not Vail's only asset. Consistently top-rated as both a resort and a ski mountain, Vail is the largest ski mountain in North America, featuring over 7 miles of groomed terrain and challenging back bowls. It's no wonder Vail's motto is, there's no comparison.
It's one thing to ski all day, but this young woman stays on the slopes at night as well. We'll meet her when we come back.
quality for only $189 a month. And there are big factory-to-dealer incentives. So hurry into your Toyota dealer to see the hottest all-star lineup of new Toyotas today. New year, new cars, great Toyota-thon deals.
Face off. Interference. Board checking. Same rules, different league. Wednesday at 7:30. The AHL rules on ESPN2.
Welcome back to Toyota Ski World. I'm with one of the luckiest young women who live in Vail, Christy Bossard. Now, Christy, you get to ski all day and you ride the cat at night. You do the grooming. What got you into your night activity of grooming the hill?
Well, it's a night job, so you're still making money and you have days free to ski.
What are those hours at night?
We go in at 4:30 in the afternoon and we finish up at 3 a.m.
Does it get a little lonely up there?
No.
Now, I got to ask you this. Do you have any boyfriends that go with you on the trip? Oh, I got her turning red.
It's the sun.
How'd you learn how to operate the cat?
Well, I went in one afternoon and spoke with Marvin, head of operations, and told him I was interested in it. And so he said, come on, we'll get you in a cat. And so I rode first, and I got pretty eager to get behind the stick, so they let me get in there, and trial and error.
Are you a good driver?
I like to think so.
Tell us, what's it like inside the cat at night?
They're really nice. We have great heaters, really nice stereos. It's really comfortable.
Stereos?
Yeah.
So you bring your tunes and everything?
Oh, yeah. Charlie?
With the grooming equipment that you have, I mean, the slopes are in such great shape. Don't you think it makes a great difference as far as skiing's concerned?
Oh, obviously. It's we get to keep the snow longer. We get on it earlier. We squish it down, pack it in there, get it to stay around, and do finest job grooming I've ever seen.
If a young person like yourself wanted to come out to Vail, how would they do it? What would you tell them?
Oh, God, good luck. Get funding from your parents.
Bring your
I don't know how you do. Yeah, I don't know how I would have done it without my mom and dad. It's expensive.
Life is tough, isn't it?
Yeah, when you live in a playground, yeah.
You know, it's great to see you. Boy, you're skiing great.
Thanks.
We're really pleased to get to see you. This has been some week we've had here in Vail. We've met a lot of different people in skiing, and they have one major thing in common. They love the sport. Next week, we're going to be in Crested Butte, Colorado. See you then. Goodbye, everybody.
Man doesn't know where the changing wind goes when it's blowing his feelings around. Like home in his mind, out of place, out of time, like a vision, unseen and unfound. A man can't recall when he first learned to fall, or the time when he learned how to climb. But the dream is the thing, it's his anchor and wings, both his soul and the flame in his eyes. Oh, the wisdom is reaching far beyond what you see, and the triumph is seeking all the best you can be. So delight in the journey with the struggle it seems, while the spirit is learning, then we rise with our dreams. A man is the sum of
ESPN's Toyota Ski World has been brought to you by Toyota and their full line of quality cars and trucks. Toyota, I love what you do for me. And by Visa, it's everywhere you want to be.
From the dark to the light, given earth, how we'll yearn for the sky. Oh, the wisdom is reaching far beyond what you see, and the triumph is seen.